In the words of Coach Yuri Gelman himself, the future star of MFC, Veronica Czyzewski.
Yeah.
All right, Veronica, congratulations on your recent New Jersey State title. Please describe the experience of winning your first state title.
It was a really big thing for me to overcome because I'm a freshman, so I went against sophomores, juniors, and seniors who obviously have more experience in the tournament and fencing itself. And so I couldn't really imagine myself like winning, but I never gave up in it all, and I won everything. So I was really pleased with my result that day.
Yeah, obviously a great surprise to walk home with gold. You mentioned the fact that you were an underclassman taking home the title. What were your expectations at the beginning of the season?
For high school fencing, like I said, it was my first year, so I didn't really have many expectations. I didn't know the people. I didn't know what to expect, what the style was of high school fencing. But over time, throughout the season, I was able to see who I was up against, what kind of style of high school fencing, and eventually, I saw that I had a huge shot of winning. I just couldn't give up in it all. So I was pleased. I was very pleased.
And you talked about that evolution of your expectations throughout the season. How about as the tournament neared and actually began? What were your expectations?
Well, when I started off, I did really well in the districts event and the preps event, which I won both. And so then I was ranked high in the beginning. So I knew that there was a huge shot. And these girls, I fenced with them before, and it's not like they were unbeatable. And I knew that I could do it. I just couldn't let myself down, and I had to look forward and not back to my losses. And eventually I succeeded, so I was happy with that.
And obviously here at MFC you got a lot of great bouting partners, Olympians, world medalists, right, so on and so forth. How much did that play a part in your training and success?
Well, before I left for the tournament that weekend on a Friday, Yuri told me, he said, "You better win it, you have to win it." So, there were high expectations for me, and I was excited and motivated to do it, and I knew that because my coach told me I could do it, I can. So because of the fact that there are these amazing people here, I think that there needs to be perfection sometime, and there needs to be victories, so that you fit into the level here.
Now you've been training at MFC for just over a year, correct?
Around a year and a half, yeah.
And before that you were at the Polish American Fencing Club in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, in New Jersey.
Now what motivated that change?
To switch here?
Yeah.
So what motivated me was that my ranking from top 3 in the country dropped to top 10, maybe not even top 15. And I knew that the people that were in front of me, I was capable of beating them. So when I came to tournaments, I kept losing to the people that I always beat. And I realized that I needed to make the step and move on to bigger, better things. And obviously, afterwards, I was able to win with them when I always knew I could. So I think the training here is just phenomenal, and I think that plays a huge aspect into your success.
And talking about the kind of progress and maturity in your fencing leading up to this point, how long have you been fencing?
Well, I've been fencing for a really long time, 7, 8 years. This is my 8th year. So it's been forever, and I can't imagine myself without it. But I think that being in the sport for so long gives you a lot of maturity and overall gains your passion, and you just fall in love with it more and more each day. So I don't think I can let it go easily now.
and to that point, again, being surrounded by so many greats here at MFC, who do you look up to, and who have you looked up to in the years that have inspired you to continue training towards this point?
Well, I personally look at Dagmara Wozniak most because she's a female, and she used to train with me at my old club, and she was my old coach's student. So she came in before me, and I just kind of followed in her steps. She's an Olympian, so like that's who someone should look up to. And she's amazing in her character. She never gives up. And I mean, on the strip, she's just a star. So I mean, you know, that's a dream.
And how much are you able to fence with her or interact with her?
The thing is that what I love about MC is all the time because she's in my class. And I mean, it also depends on you know, your level too. And since I've actually achieved that level, I'm able to spend time with her. And she has a great character and all the time. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that.
That's awesome. Very few people are able to actually spend that much time with their idol. So now, you know, speaking of Dagmara and how you've kind of followed the same path that she did, what are your expectations looking to the future, and how far do you see yourself fencing?
Well, unlike Dagmara, I don't see myself quite in the Olympics because I really want to focus on academics, but definitely throughout college and definitely throughout high school because that's the next upcoming years. But I think that even if I don't do it after college, and so far that's what I'm thinking, I'm sure I'll eventually go back to it and try to do maybe the senior events and so forth. But future, like I want my cadet ranking to go up. Right now it's number 8, and I'm still in Y14, so it's like a year ahead. But this year I am my Y14, so my cadet ranking should go up, and I'm really hoping to just maintain that ranking in the country.
So in the short term, maybe just 4 state titles and and then on to college.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats on getting
Thank
the
you
first
so
one out of the
much.
way,
Thank you.
and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.